Tom, Joe, myself, Brian, working on a little bit older school. Basically what I want to do is, when I say getting back to basics, and basics really starts in the soil. So what we're looking at, these programs start in the soil. So that's why I call them more solution based than more of a solving of a problem for a certain period of time. What you're looking at is, and again it goes back, I date myself, but I used a lot of agri fertilizers back when I started as a superintendent, and then Scott's came along and all of a sudden you had a lot of homogeneous products. So basically why did I go to those kind of products? What you found is those kind of products were consistent and predictable, and every bag was the same. So from that standpoint, I was able to use that as a starting point for my program every year. The only thing that was eliminated in that program was there was nutrients but no nutrition. So basically what you're looking at is when you start looking at a biological program, you're going to pick up another dimension to your program, and that dimension really goes into what I call feeding the soil, which feeds the microbials, which builds up biodiversity, and that's like an army out there that's going to help you deliver nutrients, fight off diseases, fight water weed and insect problems, and actually help improve soil health. That's going to improve water management. The other thing that you're going to gain here is that if you stay on the program, here's one of the things that you'll find that courses that have been on my program, their nutrient program actually has decreased. I know for next year, working with John, we're going to shift gears here a little bit. And what we're looking at is we're going to go to more of an all-natural approach. Basically, he's got to a level of his soil health at this point that the fertility or the sustainability is already built into that system in the millions and microbials that are in the soil. So we're just going to continue to feed the army. So we're going to move away from really what I call a rate-based type of program to more of a nutritional-based program. So basically what we're looking at is now we're going to use less nutrients, but we're going to get more out of them because the system is now in place. As professionals, we do a really good job with what I call two aspects of this triangle. The two aspects that we do really well with, chemical here doesn't refer to the chemicals that we use, it refers to what we do with regards to soil testing. So we know what the soil needs, so we're looking at what the nutrient deficiencies are, so we do a really good job with that. Physical here deals with mowing heights, wetting agents, deals with mechanical renovation. But where we fall short is really in the area of what I call biologicals. The number one reason for using a biofertilizer is to build up your biology. When you put all these three pieces together, that's when you're going to gain what I call the benefits, synergies of what you're currently doing and adding it to it. Again, soil health equals turf quality. So what we're saying is, if it all starts in the soil, what happens? It's as simple as this. I still get this question all the time. The question is my green speed. I'm afraid about my green speed. I'm going to lose my green speed. What you're looking at is, and again, Justin kind of brought this out in what he said. My product is almost idiot proof. And what do I mean by that? I've had superintendents where they send out their person, and just what you said, the spreader changed settings, and all of a sudden the 14 bags that were supposed to do all 18 greens was used on the first 9 greens. So what are we going to do on the other ones? What we're doing is we're feeding the soil microbials that feed when they live and they die. They release that nutrients into the soil, and that then is delivered to the plant. But at the same time, what we're looking at, and I'll get a little bit farther on because I want to talk about, I'm going to open up a little bit of a Pandora's box here a little bit later. But basically what we're looking at is, as you create biodiversity in that system, and we'll talk a little about bacillus and pseudomonas and trichodermas, what you're going to do, each of those different types of strains of bacteria brings a dimension that actually is the soil health aspect that we really haven't studied in turf school. You've got a root, and if you can see on your maybe your outline, there's a line there. What color is a root, a healthy root? It's white, right? Okay. The plant, it's real simple. I mean, we learned that photosynthesis, the plant does two things. It creates proteins and carbohydrates. Proteins during the daytime with photosynthesis, that's the green stuff. At night, it produces carbohydrates, which is stores in the root, which is the energy which drives the whole system. One of the things that the root does is actually it excretes that, breaks down, and this line right here, this is a glucose or polysaccharide material. One of my products is a polysaccharide. So basically what we're looking at is the plant is actually releasing a material that colonizes the bacteria around the root that helps move that nutrient into the plant and toxins out. So basically the plant is set up with a mechanism that does that. Traditional fertilizers don't bring any of that dimension to it. And matter of fact, it actually destroys that system.